What's up, this is Nak3d Eli, the mostly unclothed gamer, bringing you a comprehensive Banshee guide for the Halo Reach Banshee, my favorite Banshee in the entire Halo series, by far the most powerful. You go so fast, it's kind of an addicting experience, and basically I wanted to make this video 2.5 years ago for you guys, but there was such a huge backlash from the community. They didn't want me teaching people all the secrets of the Banshee, and so I said, okay, I'll sit on it and I'll make it at a later date when everyone's sort of calmed down. So hopefully at this point you guys don't hate it as much, and if you do, at least in this video I'll teach you a little bit more about it, help you understand it, show you how to counter it, in addition to how to be a good pilot. So I really want to break this down into a few sections, and basically after this video I'm only going to be doing Master Chief Collection stuff after I get back from PAX Prime in a couple weeks. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys who are like, why are you doing Halo Reach? Okay, so part 1 we're going to do basic and advanced mechanics, part 2 is going to be practical tips and tricks, and part 3 is going to be taking down a Banshee. Each of these sections is going to be 4 to 5 minutes long, and it's going to be packed with info, so hope you're ready. Let's get into part 1, starting with the blue gun, green gun. This is the basic mechanic. You press Y to switch back and forth between this measly little blue gun and this super powerful green Banshee bomb. In terms of kill times, the blue gun is more powerful than most rifles if you hit the shots, but the green bomb is instant, so that's what we're going to be focusing on. You can lock on to other vehicles with the Banshee, and you'll shoot a green bomb out the top of the vehicle. So notice here, I'm looking right at it, but the bomb goes over the Banshee, and so here I want to look down a little bit, and then boom, it hits it directly. And you do that always when you lock on. Look down, then shoot. Recharge meter. So look in the middle. After you shoot the green bomb, you see that little meter charging back up around the 0 between the 3 little arrows. Yeah, I didn't realize that for a long time. Basic flips, so that's the down flip, this is the right flip, this is the left flip, and then finally the upward flip. That's the basics. Now you can add boost to those, and these are the ones we're going to use. So that's the boosted down flip, the boosted up flip, the boosted right flip, or side flip, and you can do that to the left too. And then tilting is you just hold left and right on the left analog stick, and that basically helps you navigate spaces when you're boosting around the map, gets you around tight corners and stuff. The flip turn is really useful. After you do a turn, you look all the way to the left or all the way to the right, and that'll do a complete 180 really fast, so you can turn around really quickly instead of having to, do this long term. Drifting is fun. So this is when you do an upward flip and you basically hold down the right bumper, and that causes you to either stop, like dead in your tracks like that, or you can do this cool little flay. So you do the flip, you hold down right bumper, and then boom, you're like doing this flay with like these streams coming out your back. Pretty cool. So Banshee health levels, this is going to be very nerdy, but I wanted to show you guys how 9 to 10 consecutive shots takes the Banshee down a level. So you see I'm shooting, and then there's that spark. And so that spark is really what determines the Banshee's health level. And so when it's on fire, that's the last level. That's when you know you have to be extremely careful, and then you die. And I wanted to show you that the wings are a part of this calculation. So here I'm going to shoot this wing 9 times, I think. I didn't count, but I think that was 9 shots for the wing, 10 for that, and then 6 shots for the next wing. So you know if your wing pops off, you should get the hell out of there and then come back later. I'll show you how using your infinite health levels in the practical tips section is really important. And here you see that basically it's the same thing with the wings versus with the body of the Banshee. That's all I wanted to show there. Rotated shots, really cool. Most people don't know this. So when you do a flip in the Banshee, you can shoot the bomb up, or behind you, or straight down. And so you don't have to just shoot where you're aiming. You can do the flip and then shoot on a delay, and look at that. You can shoot right under you, really practical. So let's say you're flying here, there's a Spartan under you that you just saw, you shoot that and you keep moving. Vertical speed, most people don't know this. So flying up, you fly 4 times slower than when you fly directly down. So you want to go at a downward angle when you're flying across the map in enemy territory. You'll move much, much faster. Re-entry is basically this cool little thing where you can get back into the Banshee if you time it perfectly, but if you time it imperfectly, then that happens, and if you are unlucky, then it can kill you or severely weaken you like that. So that's just fun to mess around with, not practical at all. The camera glitch is when the Banshee gets a little too close and you do a little too many flips. So you see here, boom, the camera freaks out, and you're going to see that a number of times in the video. The green bomb needs to be relatively close. It's basically the size of a rocket launcher. You see if they're outside the green smoke, they take no damage. Inside, they take some damage. And then when it's close enough, look at this. It's not even looking at him, but if the red is on, then it will shoot directly at the person. So that's it. Now let's move on to practical tips and tricks with the infinite boost. You see here, look at the boost meter above the radar on the left. It is a huge meter, and all you have to do is let go in between your boosted flips, and it will recharge to max capacity. You can't do it with the upward flip, as you saw right there. But it doesn't matter because you have a huge amount. Look at how long I'm boosting, and then you can restore a quarter of it per turn. So keep that in mind. You can do a lot with that, and that's why Banshees never stop. Also, as if the movement wasn't enough, I admit the Banshee is extremely overpowered. Here you see that the infinite health also matters. So you saw in the health levels that how the Banshee would like do that little burst every 9 or 10 shots. Here, look, if Mike only shoots me 7 times a piece and then my shield comes back, then I have infinite health. So you come in, you take a few shots, you get a kill, you get out of there, and you just rinse and repeat, and your Banshee will literally survive forever. This is the get down strategy. So you basically go to the ground by holding down down on the left analog stick, and then you're basically like this little slightly moving shade turret, and you can just shoot around at things. It's actually really useful in Banshee 1v1s when you need to get under them and blue gun them to finish them off. So the super Banshee bomb, I shoot a normal one, Sage shoots a hugely fast one. You see here I'll shoot a normal one, and then Sage will shoot a super fast one. Very different speeds. This is useful for taking out enemies. This is showing from my perspective, you shoot right before you initiate the downward flip. And so the downward flip momentum, look at that, shoots across map, takes out targets really quickly. That's the bread and butter of the Banshee. The delayed side shot is I shoot after I turn. So notice that the Banshee's not even in the same place, and then I shoot, and the green bomb goes as if I was still in that same place. So there you see it in slow motion, really good for getting around corners and shooting enemies like that. Now I'm going to teach you the tango with the tanks, and I'm going to show a good bit of this. So basically you can lock onto tanks through the mountain on Paradiso, basically without them seeing you, and then when you want to finish them off, let's say they're distracted by a ghost your team sent in, then you shoot a bomb, you fly in, you shoot a directly downward shot, they can't look that far up, and then you have one more green bomb just in case to blow them up. So that side is definitely the easier side. This side is much harder because you have to actually move into the mountain, and the tank always gets a shot at you every time, whether you move to the left or the right. So here I'm showing you how you have to move in forward, do that, and then look at how close this shot is here. Really ridiculously close, so that's sort of a dangerous game. So Shark is actually an exciting alternative to this mountain peaking, where you basically go in the water, and it's like da-da, da-da. You don't boost because then they can hear you. You lock onto them. They shouldn't be looking in this direction. Your team should be distracting them the other direction. And then boom, 2 to 3 shots and they're toasty. And that's how you take out a tank. So you can do side flips in tight spaces, and you basically take no damage. So you might lose like 1 Banshee level if you do it a bunch, but you'll see that my shields are going to come back, and that means I haven't been taking damage, and we're just chilling. And that's really useful for either splattering people or, as we see here, removing hijackers with a side flip. So right as soon as they jump onto you, sometimes it glitches and you can get them off, but then sometimes it double glitches and you do a double flip, and then it's too late. Once the hatch comes off, you can't get them off you anymore. If you are hijacked, I recommend you fly into a corner at the very least. You see here that most pilots won't know what to do. You can just hop right back in since they're trapped and then do a side flip out. But if they're a smart pilot, like we see Gamesager executing here, then they're just going to do the side flip to start, and you're never going to get a chance to touch them. And I go, whee! The opening strategy, I'll show you one example. Every map has its own strategy. I'm not going to show you all of them just for this particular one. It basically is just target the power weapons and have the biggest impact. So here we don't want them getting the laser. We target laser tower. On Paradiso, we look at that cave in the bottom middle and we take out anyone going for their sniper. And if it's Paradiso, then we start getting into taking out their tank because that's the biggest threat. And I'm going to show you the general strategy for Paradiso and Utopie, which I think are my favorite maps to fly the Banshee on. Basically, you just fly in from this side, start targeting their spawn here, targeting their spawn out here by the beach, target the spawn behind or on the bases, target the spawn to the left of the teleporter, and then you basically just fly out of there whenever you're getting weak. Otherwise, you can start behind this mountain, and when you see a good opportunity, you sort of just fly in, get a kill or two, and then do an upward flip to get the hell out of there. Splattering, extremely effective. See right here, you boost into someone, they're dead. If you even touch someone, they're dead. But they can hijack you before that, so you always want to be boosting. If you fly into tight spaces without your wings, most people don't expect that splatter. And then here you see you can do a side flip to cover a little more area, but you risk taking a lot of damage. And if you fly the wrong way and you hit something, you're dead. Blown up. Here you can see that you can also do the down flip to hit Jetpackers, or you could just have fun and fly directly into them. That's always fun. Or trying to Banshee bomb Jetpackers is always fun. Drop shield, so most people don't expect it. You just fly right into it and drop shield, no problem. In terms of buying time, you don't fly directly down, you sort of tilt to one of the sides. It's kind of hard to show just in a little tips video, but you'll see it later in the video when I show you a real game. You basically are going to be shooting and you want to buy time for your next green bomb and then hopefully get the next shot off without taking damage. This is a fun little trick. This was one of my favorite clips of all time actually. I was in a game, I've always wanted to do this where you do a reverse flip and then green bomb the Jetpacker, and I finally hit it as part of an overkill. So I showed this in an old video of mine a long time ago. Check it out at reduced speed, the reverse rotated back shot on the Jetpacker, very fun. And here in a Killionaire, we'll sort of put it all together. So you fly in, you target the spawns here on the left. The Banshee bomb's extremely powerful. You sort of target in between all the people to hit the most. Here I almost get rocketed, but the rockets don't lock on because I'm doing flips. Take out this guy, buying time by using the side stuff. They're all grouping, which isn't very smart, but they have no idea what's going on anyways. The Jetpacker dies. And this is the power that you have with the Banshees. If you're good with it, you can just basically destroy things really easily. So, how do you take down a Banshee? Well, here you go. This is from the finals of the Season 1 competitive BTB. This is Gamesager and the Banshee, and I basically told my team to sit in this corner and let him come to try to spawn kill us. And so all we did was just light him up. You see here he only gets 1 kill, and he goes from a full shielded Banshee to dead. And so that's the ideal situation, is a team working together to shoot it. But either way, DMR still anti-Banshee. The sniper is totally anti-Banshee. 1 shot gets rid of a level, 5 shots to kill. The laser is obviously a 1-hit kill, as it is on pretty much everything in the game, so you always want to secure that if you can. Grenade launcher, popping around the corner, is really good for taking out the Banshee when they're unsuspecting. The EMP blast sort of lets you hijack them, and then the Banshee is yours. The rockets, so this can't lock on. You see if they're doing flips, they have to be stationary, not boosting, and then boom, you can blow them up like that. Or if they're boosting, it's okay, but yeah, they can't be doing any flips during the lock-on phase. Here you see the plasma launcher is completely useless. All 4 shots connect, and then you have to wait for the next sequence, and he basically has to be like a turtle, like weird, I don't know, lurker Banshee. So don't use plasma launcher. Here's the Jetpack, and you can hijack a Banshee very easily if they are not boosting, which they should be. So usually you're going to want to take a plasma pistol with you and do something like this when they're flying towards a dangerous out-of-map area. Either way, you just EMP them, and then your team can team shot them, especially if it's near your spawn where most Banshees like to be. And then you guys just shoot the hell out of them, keep EMPing them, and you take it down. And then we have armor lock, so everyone's favorite armor ability. And don't splatter people if there's armor lock in the game, because this happens. Here, somehow Mike committed suicide from his armor lock. I have no idea how that happened. And then we have vehicles killing Banshees, so never use a ghost. I just wanted to show you guys how long it takes with a ghost. It takes literally forever. You'll never get these shots off ever, so don't even try it. It's not worth it. The Banshee needs to hit you with 1 bomb and you're dead. Warthog from mid-range destroys the Banshee. Look at that. So definitely use that if you have it. And then the tank is a 1-hit kill, and most people don't know how to take out tanks as Banshee pilots, so that's usually pretty easy. And with the Wraith, you can get lucky, and one Wraith bomb will take out a Banshee. Revenant takes 5 shots. Not really practical, but just wanted to show you guys in case you were curious that, yeah, the Banshee will beat a Revenant in a 1v1 any day. The Falcon versus Banshee is one of the funnest things in the game. You basically want to stay at this angle from them with your gunner. If they get above you or behind you, you're pretty much toast. So just always try to get a good angle on the Banshee. And in terms of Banshee Fighting, this is always a fun little mini game that you can play with your friends. You basically wait till they do a flip, and then you green bomb them when they're coming out of a flip, usually. And then you get down and you blue gun the hell out of them. And at this point, your teammates are all lighting them up anyways, so they should be pretty much dead if you land one green bomb on them. If you want to be a man, you can go and try to double green bomb them, but that's a little harder to do because they'll be freaking out at that point, trying to escape. And if this is the final tip, if someone is really weak getting into a Banshee, you can just snipe it or DMR it a couple times. They die and the Banshee lives. One of those rare situations. So that's fin. That is Spanish for the end. That is not fin like dolphin fin. I hope you have enjoyed this comprehensive Banshee guide. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. As you can see, there's so much information and so much fun to be had with this vehicle in Halo Reach. Go into BTB, have some fun with it, and I'll link you guys to my video where I got the Killionaire from, which was on the game station a long time ago. Terrible commentary, but you'll see a lot of the tricks and things we talked about in that video. So that is it for this. I'm off to PAX pretty soon, and I'll start making a bunch of Master Chief Collection videos for you guys real quick. So this is Nak3d Eli, and thank you so much for watching.